Classy Lady Yarnworks. I am just coming at you today with a quick tutorial on how to do a tassel. I'm going to be making about a 3-inch tassel. I don't have any fancy things that I use. I don't use any fancy tools or anything. I just tend to find stuff that I have laying around and make it work. So I know I want to make about a 3-inch long tassel from the top of the loop to the bottom of the fringe. So I am going to get a 4-inch piece, which is what I have here. So I grabbed something that was about 4 inches. I'm going to loop my yarn around this so that I have some wiggle room to cut off any excess and make my tassel look good. So I also have, I like to use chains. You can use plain old yarn, but I like to use chains to tie my tassel and to attach it at the top. So I'll show you how that works. I have a chain of 20 here and a chain of 10. I'm going to be making a tassel that's about 15 strands to start. So when they're doubled over, it'll be 30 strands. So I had my hook here because I was doing those chains. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to grab my yarn here. I'm just using some worsted weight acrylic. It's Karen 1 pound yarn right now. I'm going to take and I'm going to start looping. I'm going to do this 15 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Easy peasy. I'm going to snip this right there. You want to be sure too when you're wrapping this that you don't put a ton of tension on it, because then when you pull it off, it's going to bounce way back and you're going to end up with a shorter strand than you realize that you have. So I like to just take this loop now and just go ahead and snip it at the bottom. So I have these approximately 8-inch strands. I'm going to lay that out. I'm going to move my yarn out of the way. I'm going to lay that out. I'm going to use my smaller of these chains and I'm gonna lay that down, and this is gonna make the top of my tassel. So I like to just go ahead and attach that. I'm gonna use my crochet hook here and pull this strand through. And then I just run a simple square knot at the top. Piece here. Lay it perpendicular. And I'm just going to take that and wrap this chain real tight around here. I'm pulling this tail that was attached to that chain down because I'm just going to clip it into the tassel. So I'm just going to wrap this around nice and snug. Just a simple square knot, real snug. And then I like to take those tails just to keep them from kind of sticking out. I'm going to come up in here with my hook and I'm going to pull these down through, kind of get them out of the way. Down there with the others. And you can kind of adjust that. Pull here to make sure that these are all even up top. And I've got my nice snug center. And once I do that, I come up through here and I just kind of comb this out and make it nice and straight. And then I'm gonna pull up about to wherever the lowest, about to wherever those shortest bits are that I have. Squeeze that really tight to get it all bunched up together. And I'm going to come along with my scissors in smaller sections. You don't want to do one big section because it'll bend them all funky. I'm going to do this. And then when you're coming around those edges, I like to push up a little bit to make them a little bit straighter and even. Same here. I'm just going to trim those till they're all flush. Pretty good. And there you have it. Easy peasy. There's a tassel. And then I just leave these tails here until I go to attach it to whatever piece I'm working on, because then I can use those to tie on, or you know, maybe you do a slip stitch or something into the piece that you're working with and attaching the tassel to, and then you can just sew in those tails to that final piece. So yeah, easy peasy. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you liked this tutorial, if you found it helpful, I hope that you'll tap that subscribe button. I try to put out lots of tutorials on stitches and things like that. And let me know what you're going to add tassels to next.